Welcome everyone, Coach Sabina here. Welcome to a webinar. Today's topic is going to be about the low glycemic diet, benefits of that diet, and what foods you can eat. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my video so I can fully present and allow you to see these screens one by one. So please bear with me while I do this slight change here. So my video will disappear, but I will share my screen and you will be able to see my PowerPoint. So welcome everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. And I am sharing my screen now. So I'm going to minimize my video there and move this if I can, maybe not. Anyway, so welcome to this webinar. So I'm just going to take a few minutes and introduce myself and explain my big why. So I'm a mom of two growing boys. One is age 2 and the other one is age 10. And I'm wife of to Edin Bunic. We've actually been married for 15 years. In July 3rd, we've celebrated our 15-year anniversary in Florida, where we vacationed with our boys for 2 weeks and we had wonderful time. I'm also a certified holistic health coach. I've graduated from the IAN Institute in 2014. And I am an Inspire Health coach, part of the Inspire Health team. I've been doing that for about 3 years as well. Some of my teammates in that group are also from IAN graduates. I'm also a yoga instructor. This is my first year of teaching, and I absolutely love it. I've actually been practicing and doing yoga since 1997. I am passionate about health, wellness, and industry. And lastly, but I am USANA associate, and the reason why I joined and partnered USANA company is because I want to have freedom, flexibility, and I want to be able to travel because I want my kiddos to see other cultures and see other places of the world. So that's just a little bit about me. But before we move forward with the presentation on the glycemic diet and what's that all about, I just wanted to explain my big why. So why am I doing all of this? Why am I presenting? Why am I coaching others? Why I'm into yoga and all of that? Well, I actually started my coaching practice 3 years ago, but prior to that, which is 5 years ago from today, is when I actually gotten very sick. And I was so ill to the point that I did not eat anything for 8 months. I was eating rice puff and rice milk for 8 months, and then at some point I was able to add strawberries, but that was it. I lost 30 pounds of weight, and I'm, normal weight, build, medium height person, and when I lost those 30 pounds, I was the skinniest I've ever been in my life. Some of the people were commenting that I looked like I came out of a concentration camp, and I certainly did, because at that time in my period in my life, I really did not want to look in the mirror because I was so skinny and you could see my ribs. And the skinny is not the only issue that I had. The issue was that I could not eat. I could not be productive. I could not play with my 10-year-old, who's 10 now, but back then he was 5. I could not play with him. I could not do anything. I ended up going on disability, and since conventional medicine was not helping me and they could not diagnose me, I actually went into a holistic approach and natural approach, and that's when I started my journey, my healing journey, as I refer to it, the healing journey that led me to a new career and wonderful life that I lead now, and just absolutely great shape, greatest shape of my life, tons of energy, and just the best attitude ever. But all of those are topics dear to my heart, and there's a lot that I can talk about that. But since tonight's topic is about low glycemic, I'm going to leave you with that information about me, and hopefully this will inspire you to look at your healthy lifestyle or the lifestyle that you have and see what changes you can make. So Moving on. So what is low glycemic diet? Well, low glycemic diet is the one that selects foods on the basis of minimal alteration of circulating glucose levels. I know it's a mouthful, right? Well, I'll explain all of this in lamest terms here shortly. Glycemic index, GI, and glycemic load, GL, are measures of the effect on blood glucose level after food containing carbohydrates is consumed. So depending what kind of food you eat, your glycemic index, your blood glucose levels can actually go up or go down. Glycemic index was designed to help people control their blood sugar levels, specifically for diabetes condition. Does it work? You betcha. Of course it works. I wouldn't be here presenting on this if I didn't know that this thing works. It does work because I've actually battled with that as well in my healing journey. Hence the fact that I didn't eat anything for 8 months. So everything in my body was messed up at that time. I was losing my hair. I lost weight. I didn't have any energy. I could not work, all sorts of things. So I've gone through a lot of different phases in my healing journey. And I'm very happy that everything worked out for me. So does it work? Yes, of course it does. And most conventional doctors, when you tell them that you need to take diabetes medicine, but natural, holistics, and functional doctors disagree with that approach. It works with type 1, where it helps maintain your level, but it cannot be reversed due to physical complications, either related to pancreas or some other physical complication in your body. Basically, something in your body is not working correctly. And those people that have type 1, they know what I'm talking about here. And it also works with type 2, and it actually works better with type 2 because it's totally reversible with diet and these lifestyle changes that I'm going to be talking about. Diabetes is a lifestyle disease. And for those of you out there who are still skeptics and you think that it's a genetic disease, I'm here to tell you that it's not. It's not genetic disease. There's tons of research now. There's a functional medicine group that it's actually working a lot with these types of conditions, metabolic diseases, which is the diabetes as well. And the type 2 is actually reversible when you take the approach of low glycemic foods, which what we're talking about here tonight. And when you target those kind of foods and when you implement them into your daily routines, then you can certainly benefit from it, and you can totally reverse the type 2. So it can be done, but it's certainly a lot. There are certain lifestyles that need to be changed, and you are the only one. For those of you out there listening to this webinar, you are the only one who can make those changes. Coaches and people can guide you to get there, but you are the one making those changes, and you're the one that needs to stick to it. So in this slide here, I just wanted to demonstrate what happens in your body and what this sugar roller coaster, as we call it, means. So your blood, this red line, these high peaks and low peaks, is what happens to your blood sugar when you're experiencing the roller coaster. So you're starting at some point low, and then you go up to a high peak, and then you crash, and you go low again, and then you go up high peak, and then you go low. And you do that throughout the day. So basically, this is what happens in your body. So your blood sugar levels play an important role in how we feel. And I'm sure for those of you out there who know and have experienced this, know what I'm talking about. Like foggy brain, shaking, your hands are shaking, your body's shaking, you get crabby when you're hungry. All of those are symptoms, and we'll talk about those shortly here. Living with sugar roller coaster can lead to certain chronic diseases as diabetes and heart disease. A lack of or an excess of blood sugar, glucose, can be devastating to body functions. It affects all of your body parts. It affects all of your internal organs, your brain, your liver, your pancreas. Everything is impacted by it. So for this reason, we want to strive to have sugar leveled within a narrow range throughout the day. Like on the slide here, that blue line that it's in the middle of the chart, that's what we want to aim for. We want your and my blood sugar to be level like that. The body responds to the rise in blood glucose levels after meals. So your body will start secreting insulin, a hormone that is produced by pancreas. Declines in blood sugar can cause the release of adrenaline and cortisol by the adrenaline glands. And adrenaline glands are important in this because they play a role with your stress levels and your sleep schedule. So if your stress levels are high and your sleep schedule is not good, you're not sleeping in 7 to 9 hours a night, then you're definitely having issues with your adrenal glands, which could be impacting your sugar as well. So chronic imbalances, this roller coaster here on this slide, can cause a state of insulin resistance, which is a state you don't want to be in. It leads to the diabetes, the full-blown type 2 diabetes. So symptoms and signs of glucose issues: certainly difficulty losing weight, difficulty sleeping through the night, craving sweets, irritability if meal is missed, for instance, being crabby, feeling shaky after missing a meal, feeling dizziness when standing up suddenly, poor memory, depression, or even mood swings, heart palpitations, and vision blurs on occasion. So you are not alone in all of this. It is all in your control. It can all be done with simple lifestyle changes and the foods you consume, primarily foods, and we'll cover the food section shortly. So stabilizing glucose levels will improve your diabetes condition. It will certainly prevent or lower the risk of getting a heart disease. And it will also help with the weight loss management. So it will certainly help you shed some pounds. What can you eat? Well, what you want to focus on are the foods that are below 50 on the GI index, okay? And the foods on this slide are actually not meeting that standard. So especially the foods on the left. So the foods with the high GI 70 or higher are white rice, white bread, pretzels, white bagels, white baked potatoes, crackers, and sugar beverages. So as you can see, all of these white things that I mentioned in here are extremely bad for your glucose levels. So you need to stay away from those foods as much as you can. The medium GI foods, 56 to 69 range, like bananas, grapes, spaghetti, ice cream, raisins, corn on the cob, all of those are okay in moderate use. The bananas, if you're going to go for a banana, I would say you really want to make sure that you put some almond butter on it, or peanut butter, or some kind of protein with that as well. How I go about bananas is I actually dip my bananas in raw cacao nibs, which are a great antioxidant. They provide energy. They help stabilize your sugar. They're just wonderful, the raw cacao nibs. And in combination with banana, it works wonderful because raw cacao nibs are a little bit bitter and banana is a little bit sweet, so it sort of balances it out. So ice cream, you definitely want to stay away from that. It doesn't matter what the GI food load index is. You just want to stay away from that. The corn on the cob, that's another story. I like corn, but there are reasons why I don't consume corn, and number one is it's GMO food. But that's another topic. So what should you eat? Focus on foods with GI under 50. So you want to focus on foods that are non-starchy veggies, okay? So you have starchy veggies and you have those that don't have a whole lot of starch. So most of these foods, non-starchy veggies, are the ones with the GI ranging from 1 to 7. So that's extremely low. Remember, we want to focus on everything below 50. 1 to 7 is extremely low, and it's perfect for people who have diabetes. So you want to focus on eating a lot of lettuce. And there are tons of varieties. I can go and talk days about different lettuce. So just don't do the iceberg lettuce, please. Try to grab romaine lettuce, go with arugula, go with red leaf lettuce. I mean, there's tons of variety. There's probably 15 that I could mention, but they're not coming to my head right now. Leafy greens, definitely, so tons of those that you could choose from. A couple of my favorites are kale, whether it's Jacinto kale, curly kale, and Swiss chard. Those are my top 3 that I consume. Broccoli, spinach, onions, green beans, peppers, artichokes, cabbage. Those are all great choices. And cabbage is wonderful for you. Tons of fiber, really good for you. Contains lots of vitamin C as well. So you really want to stack up on the cabbage. So the next group, food group, is nuts and seeds, and this the GI ranges from 1 to 17, which is still a low number. So chia seeds, you want to consume those. Flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, almonds, walnuts, Brazilian nuts, pecans, pistachios. All of those are wonderful snack ideas. For instance, flax seeds and chia seeds, you can put them in your yogurt. Same thing, you can put those two into your green smoothie. Pumpkin seeds are just wonderful to snack on, okay? They're great. So it's a pumpkin season. Halloween is almost here. So when you carve your pumpkins, make sure you save those seeds and roast them in the oven and eat them up. Almonds, they're wonderful for you. Even better if you could soak them overnight and eat them the next day. Pecans, I love pecans. All of these. I am big on nuts and seeds, as you can see. Beans and legumes, that's another food group that you want to consume a lot. So you want to focus on these as well because they have a low GI, 2 to 13 range per serving. So kidney beans, black beans, just to mention a few, garbanzo. Garbanzo are the beans which hummus is made from. And hummus is wonderful, wonderful snack for your kiddos and for you. If you dip your, let's say you take carrots and celery and you dip into hummus and you eat it, it's a great snack. Black eyed peas, chickpeas. Chickpeas is also like garbanzo beans, and the hummus is made from those as well. Cannellini beans, lentils, tons of beans to choose from, right? But only if you can digest them. Like in my case, I can't digest them, so I really have to stay away from them as much. Even garbanzo beans, I have a hard time digesting it. If I want to eat hummus as a snack, I really have to make sure that I take digestive enzymes to help digest those. But I haven't been able to eat beans ever since I've been sick. So beans are really big for me, and I just cannot digest them. My body can't. Maybe you can, and if you can, I would suggest that you consume them a lot. It will certainly help with your glucose levels. Yogurt and other fermented dairy. So for instance, yogurt is great. Cultured milk is wonderful. Greek yogurt, kefir, raw cheeses. You want to fill up your fridge with those. And if you're gonna go with yogurt, Greek, or plain just regular yogurt or kefir, I would say you want to go with the one that it's plain. It doesn't have any fruit. And here's the reason why. Because if you compare the plain yogurt versus the one that contains the fruit, you will see that it has a lot more sugar. And I guarantee that the fruit that they put in there is probably not the best for you. So if you like the yogurt with fruit taste, like, I don't know, peach, or you like strawberries or whatever, then what you can do, you can put yogurt in your blender if you have like Vitamix or Ninja blender or whatever blender you have at home. Then you can put yogurt in there and you can put that fruit in there and you can blend it all together and eat it yourself like that. Then you're 100% sure that you're eating yogurt, that it's good quality, does not contain any additional sugar, and you can put your fruit in there and make sure that the fruit is fresh and organic and really good for you. So the raw cheeses, you really need to focus on the good quality of cheese. My thing about the cheese is it's okay if you're going to consume cheese, but I would just encourage you to use the cheese that is a good quality cheese. Don't go for the cheapest brand. Those often don't have the right ingredients, and then they have other additives that your body doesn't need. So the other food groups you can focus on are whole ancient grains. There are tons of grains to choose from, and the ones that I've selected here have the low GI from 10 to 17. So brown rice, wild rice, sprouted grains, granola, whole wheat pasta, quinoa, millet. But I want to just emphasize one thing. Whole wheat pasta is okay, okay? It's not that bad. But if you are trying to reverse the type 2, then I would say that you want to stick with quinoa, millet, wild rice, brown rice, and sprouted grains. And stay away from granola and whole wheat if you're trying to reverse it. But if you're just trying to maintain your sugar levels, then granola and whole wheat pasta is probably okay in small portions. I don't mean that you take the entire plate or an entire bowl, just a little bit, and then focus a lot on the veggies and salads and protein and other things, okay? So the fresh food is the other group that I wanted to mention, and some of these that I selected are low GI range, 4 to 14, and you really want to focus on eating lots of berries, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, all berry family comes to dinner, okay? So it's a berry kind of dinner, so that's what you want to have, or berry kind of breakfast. Cherries, apples, grapefruit, peach, all of those are just wonderful fruits for you to add to your lifestyle and to your diet. So continuing on the foods and which foods to eat. So these are the two most important groups that I wanted to mention this evening, and here's why. So healthy fats and quality protein. So healthy fats, GI is 0, okay? They don't contain carbs. Like coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado, flaxseed oil, avocado oil. All of those are just examples of healthy fats. And those nuts that I was talking about, nuts are healthy fats as well. So you want to really eat a lot of those things, and you want to consume the coconut oil. I put the coconut oil in my green smoothie. I eat it pretty much every day. If it's not in the green smoothie, it's in my protein shake. And if it's not in either one of those, then I put it in my cooking. Okay. Then quality protein. So it contains 0 carbs, essentially no GI, and you want to focus on wild salmon. I would discourage you from using farm-raised salmon because it's not good for you. And I have a video on that I can share. And if you're interested, just let me know. The free-range eggs or organic eggs, you really want to focus on those and stay away from the ones that have omega-3s in them, because what omega-3 means that the omega was somehow injected and put into the body of the chicken or into the egg itself. So it's additional process, so stay away from it. Free range or organic eggs, grass-fed beef, grass-fed lamb, pasture-raised poultry, chicken, and turkey. So you want to focus on chicken and turkey that has no antibiotics or hormones or any of those bad additives that are not good for our body. Benefits of eating low glycemic food. Well, it helps normalize blood sugar levels. It prevents this roller coaster from happening inside of your body. So that little chart that I was explaining with the red roller coaster with the peaks and lows, and the blue line, which is the levels line that we want to focus on. So it will certainly prevent that. And then it also lower risk for insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. And it will help keep your energy levels and appetite stable. Remember, it will help you maintain your weight if you continue eating low glycemic foods. It reduces the risk of other chronic diseases as you consume less of processed foods. And it will also help you keep your weight under control. Principle of low glycemic diet. Carbs included from fruits and veggies help you feel better after eating, including how satisfied or how full you are. Remember, excuse me, veggies bring in a ton of fiber, which means you are more full. You get more energy, and your moods get stabilized. Remember when I was talking about symptoms, you being crabby and feeling shaky and having a foggy brain? Well, all of those are impacting your moods. So your moods will certainly stabilize when you are on low glycemic diet. So conclusion, eating low glycemic diet is basically changing your lifestyle. It is not a diet per se. It improves your overall health. It improves the body function. You will contain more fiber in your diet, and which means that you will have better elimination. The complex carbs that I was talking about will give you more energy, and you will stay away from the processed foods, which is a big plus of eating low glycemic diet, because you will maintain your well-being just by eliminating those processed foods out of your diet. And when I say processed foods, I mean everything that has been packaged and made in a certain manufacturing house, okay? So this is what you end up eating. You end up eating tons of fresh produce, like these cucumbers here, the peppers, the onions, the tomatoes, the eggplant, cauliflower, all of those, broccoli, all of those wonderful ingredients and foods that your body will benefit from, which means lots of fiber, antioxidants, and a whole lot of goodness in your body. So are you ready to learn and implement this lifestyle into your plan? It is your choice, okay? So I'm here to tell you that it is your choice. You get to make that choice. You get to make your choice every single day what you're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's a choice, guys, okay? And ladies. And I wanted to show you some of my recipes and things that I cook at home for my family. And I am actually just a cook. I am not a professional chef. I've never gone to school to cook like this. This is all from me trying, exploring, and learning and cooking for my family. So to the left, we have shrimp with eggs and zucchini and carrot pasta dish. I make this for my boys. They absolutely love it. Grilled salmon and asparagus. So we grill this outside on our green egg, and my husband absolutely loves the green egg. And it's very simple to make. This is a wild caught salmon, and these are organic asparagus. And I'm basically just mom who loves to explore and cook for my family. So it is your choice, and I'm here to tell you that once again. So cabbage carrot salad, that's a typical salad that I like to make, and I make my own dressing at home. So this is the kind of food you end up eating when you start on your low glycemic food journey. Green salad with tomatoes and cucumbers, and again with my home dressing. My entire family, we eat tons of salads. We actually get creative with all these things, and my ebook will be coming soon. So all of my recipes I will be able to share with all of you soon in my ebook that I'm working on as my next project. So where can you find me? Well, I just wanted to share this slide as well. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, local community events, St. Louis, Missouri. If you like this information, please share. Please follow me on Facebook and Instagram and share with your friends and family. On Facebook, you can find me under my name, Sabina Bunic, and on Instagram, you can find me also under that name, but I go by Holistic Coach Sabina. So hopefully you enjoyed this slide deck that I had here for all of you. Hopefully it was interesting. Hopefully this provided some information for you. Thank you for attending. Thank you for calling in, and have a great night, and we'll chat soon. Ciao.